And now we seek the views of our Honorable Minister. I request Shri Ashwini Vaishnavji, the Honorable Minister of Electronics, IT and Communications and Railways, for his address.
Thank you very much. At the outset, wish you all a very happy new year. We are entering into a totally new world full of uncertainties. Within this world full of uncertainties, we also have great new hopes, great new future. And this G20 will be presenting our India's philosophy to the world, the philosophy of one earth, one family, and one future, which is a very inclusive way of thinking, which is a very humanitarian way of thinking, which is a way of thinking which believes in the oneness of the entire humanity. I congratulate all the participants and wish you all a very happy new year on this occasion. These two programs which have been launched today in the presence of the distinguished guests and the distinguished dignitaries from all the different embassies and high commissions are path-breaking programs. These two programs basically point towards the two most important threads that we are facing in the digital world today: cybersecurity and the great potential of our startups. I wouldn't go in details of these two. Most of the speakers have already spoken about it. I'll just make three key points which will be very important throughout the G20 presidency of India. First is, as Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji said, India's G20 presidency should be action-oriented. It should be able to contribute something solid to the global society, the global family as we see. It shouldn't be just a talk shop. It should be presenting to the world an alternative solution which can be used by people. So what is that big, very big alternative solution, the most important alternative solution that we are presenting? That first and foremost thing is the India stack. As G20 Sherpa, Mr. Kant highlighted, India went on a digital transformation strategy which was very different from other geographies of the world. We focused on creating public digital platforms which are open source, which are available to everybody, robust, large scale, highly scalable, population scale solutions can be built on that, and opened that to a very vibrant startup ecosystem. Any private entrepreneur, any startup, any large organization also, they can leverage these public platforms and build solutions for the world. So in a sense, it created a multi-competitive, multi-dimensional, multi-player ecosystem of solutions. For example, the payment system. The payment system, one payment platform created by government using public funding, more than 100 banks joining it, hundreds of startups joining it, hundreds of thousands of businesses joining it. So that creates a powerful system which today does about 150 billion US dollars worth transactions every month. So that's huge. That's more than many countries in their entire annual number of transactions. It's phenomenal. Most of all, it empowers people. It gives the power in the hands of the poorest, gives the power in the hands of the marginalized sections, gives the power to create something in the hands of creative minds, young generation. That model is now getting replicated across different sectors. For health sector, for education sector, for logistics, for agriculture, everywhere we are creating similar platforms on which a vibrant ecosystem of startups, any enterprise, any business, they can join it. And during this G20 presidency, India is very happy to present this India stack to the world. This is an open system. This is fully trusted solution. This can be replicated at population scale. This has been implemented and tried at a very large scale in the country, very robust. So this we offer to the world. We seek your blessings. We seek your trials. We seek your whichever way you would like it to be used, through a licensing mechanism, through a mechanism by which we share the rights on it, through a mechanism by which we ask our Indian companies to do the implementation and handholding and continuous maintenance in your economies. Whichever way, we present it to you. That was the first point about the India stack. The second point is about ambition. We in India are today fifth largest economy and many opportunities in front of us. Because of the digital transformation, because of the excellent vision that our Prime Minister has presented to the country, because of the young population and because of the energy which drives this economy, we have taken some very ambitious steps, multiple sectors. And this ambition revolves around creating some of the core technologies, developing some of the core technologies. Many of these core technologies have made significant progress. India has made significant progress in these technologies. So one of those technologies I would like to present here as my second point. This is about the India telecom stack. As we all know, telecom today is the gateway to digital world. It's part of our life. It's very, very essential part of our economy. Very few trusted suppliers in the world are there. This core technology cannot be left in the hands of doubting or in scenarios where we don't trust the technology provider. So we decided to, 3 years ago, we decided to develop a world-class technology stack for telecom solutions, 4G and 5G, complete end-to-end solution, the software piece of it, the hardware piece of it, and built, developed to global standards. And since we didn't have the legacy solutions, we decided to go a notch above the existing solutions and decided to develop a solution which is today, probably it will rank as we evaluate it and as the world evaluates it. It's going to be a very, very important contribution to the world. India always had a very good prowess in software technologies. We decided to marry our software technology prowess with the hardware manufacturing capabilities. And today, India telecom stack is available, which has already been tested for 5 million simultaneous calls, 5 million simultaneous connections, and on the way to be tested for 10 million simultaneous connections. Very robust solution, fully virtualized. So hardware of one vendor can be used with this software. In a sense, this gives a huge flexibility to the telecom service providers, telcos all over the world. We will be rolling it out on a very large scale in 2023, and we will be offering it to the world by end of 2023, once it has been rolled out on about 50,000 plus sites. This is ambitious, but what is more ambitious is that outside software, where we had traditional strength, we took the challenge of developing hardware manufacturers for telecom sector. And as we speak, we have about 50 telecom equipment manufacturers, out of which about 5 have started exporting. World-class equipment built to global standards, absolutely robust, always respecting the IP rights, the way it should be done in a global economy or an economy which is today recognized as a very important economy in the whole world. So that's about ambition as my second point. And the third point, which India is always very keen on, is about inclusiveness. We believe in the philosophy of Antyodaya, which means inclusive growth. Much before the Western world started talking about inclusive growth, we in the country, we in India have, for centuries, we have been, as a society, as a country, we have always believed in caring for all, sharing our whatever we have with everybody in the society, and making sure that the poorest of the poor is also treated equally compared to the people who are having more resources. This is reflected in Prime Minister Modi ji's programs in every sector. We brought a significantly large number of marginalized families into the banking sector by opening 450 million new bank accounts. People who didn't have bank accounts, who were left out of the banking world, who were left out of the new economy, they were all brought into the banking sector, created 135 crore, which is 1.3 billion digital identities, and 800 million people connected by 4G, broadband, telecom service, wireless service. The combination of these three has given an extremely powerful way to include everybody in the digital growth that we see today. We are not stopping here. We are investing close to $15 billion in connecting the far-flung areas, the marginalized sections, the areas which are still out of the ambit of the digital connectivity in the country. We also have a very diverse society, very diverse culture. And to bridge the gap between people who speak one language with the people who speak other languages, we decided to create an AI-based language translation system called Bhashini. It is undergoing very good tests. The system is phenomenal. Anybody who has seen an Indian rupee note would be perplexed to see 18 different languages in which, 18 different scripts in which every word is written. That's the diversity of our country. So how to bridge that gap of language? So we have created a technology tool that is getting tested in a very nice way. Since it is an AI tool, it is getting trained. Very soon, in few months, we would be launching it in a large scale. So in that sense, inclusive growth, which is a very important focus for our government, and we believe sincerely in inclusive growth, that is getting implemented. So these were the 3 points I wanted to present before you, ladies and gentlemen. The India stack, the India telecom stack, which reflects our ambition, and the philosophy of inclusive growth, the principle of Antyodaya we have. I wish you all a very good year ahead. May you all be happy, healthy, and prosperous. May the shadows of pandemic be left behind us, and may all of us, the entire humanity, see a great 2023. Thank you very much.